नमस्कार, मैं हूँ सुरुचि और हमारे बजाज टॉकीज के इस नवरात्रि स्पेशल एपिसोड में आज हम आपको ले चल रहे हैं बजाज ग्रुप के मोस्ट वाइब्रेंट और मोस्ट ट्रस्टेड कंज्यूमर फेसिंग ब्रांड बजाज कंज्यूमर केयर के ऑफिस में। तो चलिए लेट्स गो। नवरात्रि के इस एपिसोड में बजाज कंज्यूमर केयर के ऑफिस में चल रही है गरबा की धूम। हाउ डू यू रियली प्लान योर कैंपेन्स एंड हाउ डू यू रीच आउट टू द कंज्यूमर्स इन द राइट वे?
Pricing is something that's really important, and especially being a woman, you always keep looking out for these festive sale events, right? So that's something that I personally use a lot in pricing for my products.
Hi, this is Jigisha here. So first and foremost, a very happy Navratri to all of you. So since this being a festive season, everybody is too excited to be their best dressed and also be groomed. So being a Gujarati myself, we dance our hearts out. So अब डांस करोगे तो पसीना तो होगा ही, एंड फॉर दैट आई यूज़ बजाज शैम्पू एंड कंडीशनर्स. अब इतना शैम्पू करने के बाद भी वी नीड सम ऑयलिंग टू आवर हेयर्स, हेंस आई जस्ट यूज़ बजाज आमंड हेयर ऑयल. So what are you waiting for? Be festive ready with Bajaj.
Hi everyone, Nishigandha here. I have of course known Bajaj since my childhood, and previously I knew Bajaj as a Almond Drops hair oil brand, right? Because there was no one else in the market at that point in time. But if I look at Bajaj today, it has become a complete hair care solution. We start with hair oils and we have shampoos, conditioners, we have hair serums, and apart from that we are venturing into other categories also like soaps and body lotions. So in my opinion, Bajaj has become a complete personal care solution for everyone, and that's how I think I'm able to associate with the brand. I mainly take care of the Amazon business, and I think that is what is helping us, the customer recall. That's what's helping us to grow the business.
हमारे साथ हैं अनुज अवस्थी जो कि हैं हेड ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइज्ड ट्रेड एंड इंटरनेशनल बिजनेसेस फॉर बजाज कंज्यूमर केयर. वेल अनुज, वेलकम टू बजाज टॉकीज.
Thank you so much, Suruchi, for making me part of this Bajaj Talkies. Very happy, very excited to talk to everyone.
इट्स सच अ वंडरफुल थिंग कि यहाँ पर 1953 में बजाज सेवाश्रम से बजाज कंज्यूमर केयर की शुरुआत हुई थी, विच होल्ड्स लाइक अ 70-year लेगेसी. और अब आप यहाँ पर हैं जो कि इंटरनेशनल मार्केट्स में बिजनेस बढ़ाने के लिए स्ट्रैटेजीज बना रहे हैं. सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक, वेयर इज़ द मार्केट गोइंग राइट नाउ एंड वेयर डू वी स्टैंड?
We are on a very good footing. We have a very wide product range, not just in hair oils, but also across other personal care products. We have recently launched our shampoos, conditioners, body lotion. So in terms of product portfolio, we are now poised to take our business to a lot of bigger heights, and not just in India, and internationally also. Earlier we were only targeting consumers who were using hair oils outside India, which was largely Indians, Pakistanis, Bangladeshi population. But now with the enhanced product range, we are now able to target a lot more individuals outside, a lot more geographies, a lot more countries can be targeted, and so therefore it will going to be a very exciting time ahead for the international business.
If you would like to just tell us which are our focus areas and where do we see ourselves?
One of the biggest hair oil markets is our neighboring country Bangladesh. That's a very large hair oil category, and we've been present there for the last 10 odd years, but we've not invested in that market. So that's the first place that we have started work on. We've started local manufacturing with a third party vendor for almond drop hair oil. We've set up a team from a one-person team, one person earlier. We now have about 16 people in Bangladesh, a proper office, and we've set it up. So we are doing the right things in terms of investing in that market to get our fair share in hair oil itself, and also working on new products. The other big market for us is the Middle East. So UAE, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Yemen, all this entire GCC countries, these are the second largest market that we have in terms of the market size. Although in terms of business, that's currently our biggest market outside India. So that also we are developing. We are now working on launching of new products. We have augmented the team there also. Nepal is one of our strongest market. We've been present there for a long time. We are now launching again new products there. Markets where the South Asian diaspora is high. So let's say a US or a Canada or a Malaysia, Singapore, Australia. These are the markets where Indians and let's say Pakistanis, Bangladeshi, Sri Lankans, Nepalis, there's a lot of population there. So these are markets where almond drop hair oil itself can have a big traction. We are now servicing about 30 countries outside India, and that number will just keep going up.
Right, and in fact, our flagship product, I think Bajaj Almond Drops, which is also expanding. The entire bouquet of Bajaj Almond Drops is expanding. We saw the launch of Bajaj Almond Drops moisturizing soap last year. Then there is also shampoo range that's come. So, आगे क्या plan है? Where do we stand with the flagship product, and are there more products coming in?
So I will talk a little bit about both the businesses, since I also take care of modern trade and e-commerce in India. That is one area where a lot of our extensions of Almond Drops are getting launched. So whether it is soap, serum, shampoos, conditioners, body lotions, everything has got launched in the modern trade and the e-commerce space. These are channels where new products and innovative products and premium products can really do well if we market them properly, and it is a niche audience, and therefore a full range of Almond Drop extensions we are able to give to the consumer. That's where our portfolio is now expanding, and we are going beyond Almond Drops hair oil itself. That said, Almond Drop hair oil itself is doing very well on these channels, not just because we are doing well. It is also because a lot of consumers are now shopping in modern trade. A lot of consumers are now shopping post COVID. A lot of adoption of e-commerce has happened, and that has sustained. So a lot of consumers are now actually buying FMCG products from e-commerce.
Like you mentioned, COVID has changed a lot of businesses, and how people used to work earlier has now moved completely, because our product range and our consumers mostly sit in the tier 2 cities, in the Hindi heartland markets, if we can say so. So how do you reach out to them in this modern trade dynamics?
So the channel itself, both modern trade and e-commerce, both the channels are expanding very rapidly in tier 2 and tier 3 towns. For example, a Reliance Retail today is opening about 30 stores every month in tier 2 and tier 3 towns. In fact, they are now going even beyond tier 3 to smaller population towns, where the only attraction in that town would be a Reliance supermarket. So that's the way the channel itself is growing. Whether we look at DMart or whether we look at Reliance, all of them are growing in tier 2, because obviously there is some level of saturation which is there in the metros. Then when we talk about e-commerce, today e-commerce, there is no pin code in the country which an Amazon or Flipkart does not service. So about 20,000 plus pin codes get serviced by Flipkart, and for them, for Flipkart for example, 65% of their new users come from tier 2 and tier 3 towns, and that's the same for us as well, for Almond Drops as well. Since we are anyway a very strong brand in tier 2 and tier 3 markets, we get a lot of traction from e-commerce platform as they expand. So it's a win-win for both Almond Drops as a brand as well as for them, because they have partnered with us.
So now when we are talking about Indian consumers who are culturally driven, our demographic is consumer, the psyche is also festive driven. So how do you plan your festive campaigns? What is the special things that you keep in mind that way?
So in India, festivities are associated with shopping. Whether it is shopping for clothes, shopping for mithai, shopping for sweets, that anyway gains traction. What also gains traction is beauty products, and we are in that segment. In the overall, personal care segment is where we are. So we also see certain spikes in our business that happen at this point of time. One of the, let's say, biggest spike that we see is in Maharashtra itself, where this the ritual of Abhyang Snan, the Pahili Angol ritual that happens, that is where Almond Drop hair oil is used. And we see a spike of almost 2 to 2.5 times in our sales in Maharashtra, because people consume that much of. So that these are the kind of upsides that we get because of festivities. Not just this, a lot of modern trade and e-commerce retailers create events around this. So we just the Big Billion Days of Flipkart just concluded, or the Great Indian Festival of Amazon. We will see the Diwali sale happening for across Reliance, DMart, everywhere. So these also attract a lot of footfalls, and we do participate big time, because people will come into stores, people will shop, and when they come, even if we are a daily use product, they will still shop for us, because it is as much part of the beauty regime as let's say a color cosmetics or anything else. So that is where we are also doing our bit. We are participating in these events full-heartedly. You will see our campaigns across Flipkart, Amazon, let's say Reliance. When you go to the stores, you'll see our visibilities on the floor. We'll also have the marriage season following the festivities. Post Diwali, the marriage season will start. And that's overall the consumption improves, and especially in rural India. Consumption improves during this time because it is festive. So we are completely geared up on that. We will have offers, promotions, all of that going.
How do you plan your budgets, and how do you really meet your targets, if so to say?
So thankfully, by the grace of God and the wonderful team that is there in Bajaj Consumer, we've done really well in both modern trade and e-commerce. Just to give you an idea, we have doubled our business from in the last 2 years on these channels, from roughly about 100 crores. Last year we clocked about 200 crores in both these channels put together. And that has happened because of 2-3 things. One is modern trade and e-commerce require a slightly different portfolio of SKUs. The same product but larger SKUs, bigger sizes, multi-packs. Those are the things that we introduced. And on the other hand, a lot of visibility and investment in those outlets, as well as visibility and investment in e-commerce. E-commerce is a very investment heavy channel. So you require to do a lot of visibility, search optimization, etc. So that's where we have actually invested a lot in the last 3 years, and that's giving us the results that we are seeing. Thankfully till now we've been doing well, and therefore budgeting and spending has not been a constraint, because we've been growing, getting the return for the money that we are spending, and hopefully we'll continue to do that. Even this year we are doing very well. Half the year is over and we are continue to grow very strongly in both these channels.
In fact, like you mentioned about the SKUs, so other than Bajaj Almond Drops also, I think we also have our D2C products that are doing well. Bajaj 100% pure. So anything you'd like to say on that?
So like I said, this is the beauty of e-commerce. You can target a very niche audience. There are categories that are only there on e-commerce. So beauty by itself is a huge category on e-commerce, and a lot of D2C brands, I mean the ones that we now know about, Mamaearth, Wow, they've all grown only on e-commerce. Similar to that, we've launched 2 brands. One is Native Soul, which talks about getting beauty secrets from across the world to the products, inside the products that we have. And the other brand is Bajaj 100% pure oils. So there are 5 oils that we have. They are virgin, cold pressed, attracting a very niche audience who are looking for very pure oils for daily usage, whether it is hair, whether it is skin. And that has caught up really well. Bajaj 100% pure is where we are now almost at about 10 to 15% market share in that segment of the pure oil segment. It comes naturally with the Bajaj name, that trust of quality, reassurance that the product inside will be very good, and at the same time good marketing that has been done by the team in terms of ensuring that we appear in all those searches. When people search for a castor oil or an olive oil, we appear at the top. So by doing all of that, we are doing well on these 2 brands as well.
In my interviews with different people across the group, the trust factor with Bajaj, it's one of the most oldest and trusted brands of Indian business conglomerate. So what has been your work experience here at Bajaj? How long you've been with Bajaj, and how's been your journey?
So I have an overall career span of about 20 years till now, and I've been with Bajaj for almost 2.5 years now, and it's been a really exciting journey. We are in the midst of a transformation. And it's really exciting to be part of this transformation, and that transformation is not just on the business side. It is there on culturally as well. It is there on the people practice side. It is there on the technology adoption. So across functions and verticals, we are transforming ourselves to take that leap ahead to become a much larger organization in the future. So really excited to be part of this transformation and to be able to contribute to the change that is happening here.
Like we know, Bajaj Consumer Care has been a great place to work, certified for last 5 years. So, and you've been there for last 2.5 years where COVID has come in. So during COVID, how did we manage our sales? And from there, picking up again and now launching an entire bouquet. So, what is your take on that?
So I think we've been very employee friendly right throughout, whether it was COVID or even after COVID. Some of the policies that we've had during the COVID period have been, industry best in terms of the practices, starting from no pay cuts to, ensuring that everybody works. And even from an employee point of view, everybody put in their, complete 100% even when they were working from home. In fact, one of the unique things that was there in Bajaj Consumer at that point of time was everybody was doing sales. Even an HR person or a finance person, everybody was doing sales because sales people were not able to reach out to all the retailers, and therefore everybody was doing their bit to, call up retailers and take orders, and then the supply chain was ensuring that this supply happened. So it was, in a way, everyone came together even more during that period. And that sort of culture has continued even after COVID. Today we have much more diversity in the organization. We have much more, industry best practices that are being adopted, and therefore culturally also we are evolving.
This reminds me of our last interview with the HR head, Apurva Kapoor, where she had mentioned that how the policies are flexible, like they don't really want to have one set and say that this works for all. So that's an important thing because, like you said, everybody was doing sales during COVID time. So there is a kind of accountability. People take it as their own.
Yeah, it is very important to have diversity of all types, starting of course with gender diversity. That is one area that we were sort of maybe slightly behind compared to the industry, but if you look at at least the head office teams now, we are very well diversified, whether it is my functions of e-commerce or international business, or we look at HR, or we look at some of the other functions. So we are going there. I think one of the big things to do will be the other functions, which are sales and manufacturing. We're getting diversity there. But yes, that's a journey that we will embark on and reach at some point of time.
And since your experience of this vast 20 years experience and the transitions that you have seen in the industry, any message to the youngsters, the young marketers, if you would like to give, looking at the dynamism?
So I think maybe I'm a little dated in terms of giving gyan to youngsters, but from a marketing point of view, I think one of the biggest changes that has been happening now for past many years, but it just got accelerated now, is digital marketing. I think whether it is e-commerce, digital marketing on e-commerce, or outside, whether it is social media, YouTube, everybody is connected today. The mobile penetration in India is one of the highest in the world. A recent study indicated that about 60 to 70% of influencing happens digitally. Even if you buy offline, which is the largest segment today in India, about 80% people still buy from the Kirana store. But about 60 to 70% people are still influenced by digital marketing in some form or the other. And as a simple thing like a WhatsApp message or an SMS communication in the remotest areas of Bihar and UP, that is also digital marketing. I mean, digital marketing is not about just very high-end analytics and data interpretation, but a simple thing like SMS marketing is also digital marketing. So that is one thing that everybody needs to embrace, because that's the future. There will be TV, there will be newspaper, all of it will exist. Media consumption overall has gone up because of internet, but we will have to be adept in terms of how to use digital marketing in our favor. That's the only message that I would want to.
So if I can frame it in one line, use the right marketing channels, the right mix. So using the right channel mix, I think, is the key.
Right thing to do.
Thank you so much, Anuj, for talking to us. It's been wonderful, and thank you so much for giving us a special discount offer as well. We wish you all and all your team members a very happy Navratri, Durga Puja and Dashera in the coming days.
And wishing from Bajaj Consumer Care as well, wishing all our viewers very happy Navratri, Diwali and the festive season coming ahead. To you and your families as well, please have a great time, spend time with your families. Please use our products, use the discount coupon that we will share with you, and try our products. You will come back with a very good experience, that I can assure you.